So let's do a quick little tour. I'll start with where I was yesterday, printing on fabric. First I draw, I carve, and then I print. So that was from yesterday. And here's where I've been storing most of my plates, my rubber printing plates, in this stackable drawer, Amazon. And it's an art organizer drawer thing, but it is perfect. It came with, it did have dividers in the drawers, and they were real easy just to pop out. And it allows me to store a whole bunch of my plates, because I had them everywhere. And there's still some big ones that I'm not sure where I'm going to store yet, but this took care of the majority of them. Still a few. Yeah, that's how they came, with these dividers, and they just popped right out with some pliers. So there you go. Still got some big ones. Those are lining my drawers. These came from IKEA. 10 bucks a piece, I think, is what I paid for those. And I've got them labeled. They've got sewing implements, colored pencils, stains, sewing stuff, markers. They're great. They hold, still have some empty drawers here, so that's nice. I still got a ways to go to fill those up. That one's pretty cool. I've always liked that one. That one's a moon picture. That one I painted early on when I first moved to London. That's a lamb. I did that for last year's writers show. That's paper mache, by the way. We save our peanut butter jars after we're finished with them, and they make great storage containers. They're lightweight, you can see through them, and just love using them. They're all over the place. I use them in my pantry and in here, and Dale has some out in his shop as well. Some painting supplies for block printing, plaster of Paris, a bell that I made, some more of my stuff. These are printing implements. These mats are really nice. I've got a few of these. I found them 3 for a pretty good price, and they're lovely. You can cut on them. They're self-healing. They've got marks on them so you can help keep your work square. They've got some sizing tools, which I don't really use, but I could if I wanted to. Ring mandrel. I like to make jewelry. In these containers, different types of papers, primarily for paper mache. I make paper beads, I make paper brooches, and then paper art as well. An example of, she is basically like a prayer doll, the blue and red girl in the background. I wrote some things that are very personal to me that's on the inside of her. These are some paper mache dolls that I did quite some time ago. Yeah, those are pretty cool. That is an example of air dry clay. This one is interesting. I think she's a mermaid. I like her. Here's one of my block prints on wood, and I've been really enjoying block printing lately. There's one of my dancing girls. She's from several years ago that I drew. Always have loved her. I gotta still keep on working on this, but this area is where I do my clay work, and you can see it's pretty messy to work on clay, but it's nice to have one little area. That's my pasta roller. I use that with clay work. Inside there's some more clay stuff. Here is a bracelet mandrel. And I've got these attached with vices, and that's just the easy way. If I want to move them around, I certainly can, but this keeps them out of the way until I need them. Embroidery or quilting holder, and I frankly had forgotten that I owned it, but when I cleaned out my closet, I saw it in a bag, I put it together, and I'm excited to use it again. So that'll be, hopefully I'll be showing that maybe in one of my upcoming videos. Over here, that's a nice place to store that big bag of stuffing. I use that for embroidery and for pillows. There's some more artwork of mine. And some of my beadwork that I have done. I love to bead. When I get on a beading kick, I will just go, go, go. Like, this is pretty interesting. Let me check this out. Let's pull it down and take a look at it in the light. But yeah, pretty cool. I like that. So anyway, I like to bead. And I use my toaster oven when I'm making clay. It helps to quickly dry things, and it's nice to have it up here in the shop. These are not really very expensive. Don't think I spent more than 35 or 45 bucks when I bought that, and it is very convenient to have it up here. Some of my beading stuff in those little containers. I love the Dollar Tree for inexpensive storage containers. That's what all these little ones are. I think these are in the hardware section of Dollar Tree. They are wonderful for holding beads. Very convenient. And of course I've got tackle boxes underneath, and those are loaded with beads and more beads. I love beads. And when I get, like I said, when I get on a kick, I've got a lot of them. Here's some more that, anyway, never mind. There's a bunch there right there. So here's a pegboard. Many of my tools, easy to see, easy to get to. More jewelry findings, clips, huge erasers. I thought I was going to carve on those. It just never happened. I use regular lino mats for those. Yeah, you know, just stuff like that. These obviously are doors. These were in this room. I didn't need a door on the closet, and I didn't need a door on at the doorway here, so these became desktops. Have served me well. Some of this stuff has been roadside finds under here that's holding up the desk. Those are just kitchen shelving units. I've got 2 of them, and they were 20 bucks a piece, easy to put together, and they're doing a great job. There's Jasper Ruby. He likes laying up here since I've been spending so much time in this room. Here is another pegboard with more goodies, some paints, some Mod Podge. One of my favorite paints. These are so luscious. Polycolor. Those are amazing. Got ribbons. I like to make paper beads. Here's some paper bead making stuff. I've got some canvases and some wooden canvases. I've got glue. I love this hot glue gun. This is Surebonder, and it is a pleasure to use. I enjoy that. Some of this is for clay making. I use those tiles. Those tiles were leftover, box here, box there, and they were being given away. So I use those in the bottom of my paper mache sculptures, and they are wonderful to use. They're heavy, small, easy to use, so I really love that. That is fabric for printmaking. There's a gourd. It is a snake. It's got to be at least 8 years old, and they do hold up. They're a lot of fun to paint on, so that's what that is. I need lots of measuring tools, and that was an easy way to, I hang many of them on the doorways with a nail up there, because I certainly don't want that to come down on me. My fabric printings, there you go, there's some of that. So I've got a drawer full of those, and I'm probably going to do a video just on those. This one's pretty cool. I'm going to share this one. I think, so, like I said, some of you have seen this before, but it's been a while. I love needle punch is, I think, the appropriate term for this, but it's on felt. I draw a pattern on the felt and then fill it in with yarn. And she's one that I drew. I don't know why I never finished her, because she's really cool, and I think I will be doing her soon. because I just love her. She's pretty cool. Be looking for that. Leave a comment if you would like to see me needle felt her. Yeah, there's my little Christmas fairy. Okay, paper mache shelving that I'm working on. Let's see, there is some trim that my friend Liz gave me. She was cleaning out her shop, and so those were gifted to me. Thank you, Liz. These are what I carve on to make my block prints. Blick Ready Cut plate. It's rubber, and it's got two tones. The gray is where you carve. The when you hit the white, you know you've gone far enough. Very easy to carve. I decided I needed several rolls of paper, so I've got to find a way to use these. These are huge. I got them from, not Kinko, Staples. And yeah, I don't know really what I'm going to do with all of those, but I have them. So there's that. I do paper beads. Found this on the side of the road, brought it home. I think it was somebody's hairstylist box, and then maybe they upgraded. I don't know, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But it is perfect for storing this stuff. So this is like all you might need for paper beading. And it is a blast. I will probably do a video on this. If you guys are interested, leave a comment. Basically everything you might need for paper beading all in one spot. But yeah, a tackle box is a nice way to do it. So that's where I store that stuff, except for the paper that you saw over when we first got started. I use a lot of paper punches, so there's an entire little container of those. I use those with paper mache, jewelry paper mache, or to do the edges on pieces. I use them that way as well. This is worth noting. This is a shoe holder. I like to crochet, and this is a holder for yarns, different colors and stuff. So that's full of yarn. I use my yarn in crochet, and I also use it for needle punch. More yarn. Yeah. I like the yarn. More yarn. Yeah, she's got a lot of yarn. Can you see in there? What fuzzy? Okay, there we go. Some more yarn. Paper. I buy my artist paper on a big roll. That way I can have a large painting if I want, or a good deal on smaller ones. So I just cut off what I need when I need it. And I've got some leather down there because I want to do some leather projects. Urethane that I use primarily, that's what I use on my art. And my paper mache. Glue, I use a lot of glue, so I generally buy it in bulk, and then I just put it in small glue bottles that I hang on to and add a little bit of water to it. Just books and books of sketches. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna say that's it for now. Be watching for a lot more videos. This is Jasperu and I saying so long for now. See you in the next video.